Alright, lovely folks, welcome to this video. This video will be about writing and solving a system of equations from word problems. So I'm going to try to not do so much the work on solving the equation as much try to really get us to understand how to get from the word problem to the equations so that we can solve them, because we've been working with solving for solving a system of equations, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that oh whoa, what was that? I'm going to go and assume that most of you can do this part. You can solve the system of equations, but it's really writing the system that is tricky with these. So let's take a look at some examples. I've got 4 problems here that we'll do. I would suggest that after looking at one, pause the video, try the next one, and then if you get stuck, play the video and see what you can get, and then and maybe do that for the rest of the problems here. Okay. Again, your goal should be trying to get the equations out of the word problem so that way you can do the rest of the problem. Okay. So let's take a look at some examples. So I've got here 3 pounds of tea, 8 pounds of coffee, and I know that I have 3 pounds of, let me read the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. What is the cost per pound of tea, and what is the cost per pound of coffee? So those are going to be my 2 variables. And usually, notice how I just skip to the last question, just to the question. And that's really because I'm looking for my variables. I want to define my variables first, and all this mumbo jumbo here is going to tell me, how to set up my equations, but the last part, the question part, is really going to help me figure out what my variables are going to be. So I'm going to go and say T is for tea, all right, or pounds of tea, and C is going to be for pounds of coffee. All right, and then I'm going to go and set up my system of equations. So let's see what this says. It says 3 pounds of tea and 8 pounds of coffee costs $39.70. So if I took 3 pounds of tea, okay, actually I guess this is not pounds, this is cost per pound of tea. This would be cost of pounds of coffee, okay? So if I took 3 pounds and multiplied by the cost of it, and I added that to 8 pounds of the cost of coffee, I should get $39.70. All right. So there's my first equation. And I get that from this, 3 pounds of tea. The and right here, the and is plus, and 8 pounds of coffee. And here's my total, right? They total up to that. Okay, so now let's take a look at our second equation. 5 pounds of tea and, so that's a plus, 6 pounds of coffee. So 5 pounds of tea plus 6 pounds of coffee is equal to $47.10. Okay, so those are my 2 equations and my 2 variables, and I can use elimination to solve for this. So I'm going to go and quickly solve that. Hopefully you've tried this, pause it right now and try to solve this. I would use a calculator here if I were you. Some of you don't want to use a calculator, that's fine. I'm going to go and use a calculator. So I'm going to get 15t plus 40c equals 198.50, and negative 15t, minus 18c equals negative 141.30. Eliminate and get 22c equals 57.20. And those of you that watch my videos, you'll notice that for some strange reason, this computer program that allows me to write on this, it doesn't really like me to make 5s. It just doesn't like those top. You'll see that often here. Okay, so we're gonna go and finish solving this out, and we'll plug this in, and I'm just gonna I want to run through this pretty quickly because I've got other ones I want to do here. So I'm gonna assume that you know how to solve this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the answer for t is equal to 6.3. Okay, So we're going to write this in a sentence, and you'll say that you know, it cost $2.60 per pound per pound of coffee and it costs $6.30 per pound of tea. All right, let's take a look at the next example. Okay, so again, I'm just going to come up with the formulas here and then kind of fast forward through the actual solving it. Some dried fruit worth $3.45 per pound is mixed with some raisins worth $2.10 per pound. How many pounds of dried fruit? So I'm going to say X is pounds of dried fruit, and Y is going to be pounds of raisins. Okay. How many should be used to make 10.5 pounds of a mixture? So if I take my X, my pounds of dried fruit, and my pounds of raisins, I should have 10.5 pounds of the whole thing, right? So X plus Y is equal to 10.5. That's a mixture. $3.45 for mixed fruit plus $2.10 for my raisins is going to be equal to $2.64 of my total. What is my total mixture? My total mixture is 10.5. So this is times 10.5. Okay, with these mixture problems, just remember that you're going to have a pound of something plus a pound of something else, and then here you're always going to multiply that cost times the total mixture, X plus Y. Okay, so now I have got, and you're going to multiply this out here, and I've got a system of equations that you're going to use elimination. I would say maybe multiply this by negative 210 and then cancel that out. When you do your work should come out to be, you should get it's not 420, sorry. It's 4.2 pounds of dried fruit, so that's your X value, and 6.3 pounds of raisins. And again, I know some of you are watching this video and hoping that I go through the entire elimination process, but if you've had enough practice with elimination before doing these, then I'm going to go and just say that you should just use elimination for this. Setting it up is the hardest part. Okay, so we'll go on because I don't really want to make this video too long. So let's talk about this next one. Sarah answered 20 questions for her English test. Some were short answers and some were essays. Oh, some were short answers. We'll say that's X. And some were essays. We'll say the essays are Y. All right, so we'll say that X is the short answers, and Y are the essays. All right, so what do we know? We know that there are 20 questions. So if I added up these short answers plus the essays, I'd have 20. All right, she took 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour for, and each short answer took her 2 minutes. So, and each essay took her 12 minutes. Okay, so if I multiply 2 minutes times her short answer and 12 minutes times her essay, then I should get my 1 hour. Well, these are in minutes, guys, so this should be 60 minutes, right? So she took 2 minutes per short answer and 12 minutes per essay, and when we add that together, we get 60 minutes. All right, so those are our equations here, and we're going to use elimination to solve this expression. Again, you're probably going to multiply this by -2 and add straight down and use elimination. And when you do that, you're going to get x equal to 18 and y equal to 2. So you're going to say she had 18 short answer problems and 2 essay problems. Okay, so again, solve this using elimination. You probably can't even read that, but that's fine. Let's move on, guys. My handwriting, I tell you. I could have nice handwriting. I could. Already bought adult tickets, and student tickets. So we'll say adult tickets are X and student tickets are Y. All right? So X is the adult tickets, and Y are the student tickets. How many of each type? Okay, so he paid $15 for adult tickets and $8 for student tickets, and he paid $156. Okay, so if we added up how much I purchased for the adult tickets and added up the student tickets, I get $156. It also says that he bought 3 times as many student tickets as adult tickets. So it's not 3y equals x. It is he bought 3 times as many student tickets as adult tickets. So that means his adult tickets, y, is equal to 3 times x. All right, think of it this way: if I bought 1 student ticket, then I bought 3 adult tickets. Sorry, other way around here. If I bought 1 adult ticket, then 3 times that many is 3, right? 3 times 1, which is that many student tickets. So I know it seems like it should be the other way around, but it really is this way, guys. It's y equals 3x, okay? 3 times as many student tickets as adult tickets. Okay, so now we're going to use substitution. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute in here and get 15x plus 8 times 3x equals 156. And x is going to be equal to 4 when I solve that. So that makes y equal to 12. And so you have 4 adult tickets and 12 student tickets. You know, what I'd probably do, and this is my, stats teacher in me thinking, I would probably not call them X and Y's. I'd probably call them A's and S's, because I want to try to be as contextual as possible. I want to make sure I'd probably use A and S. So this is 15A and 8S, right? Now that makes much more sense now. 15A, 3A, okay? So he had adult tickets 4 and S tickets. So that makes a lot more sense to use A and S, okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for you today in terms of, you don't want to look at that. In terms of these word problems. So hopefully you were able to work those out, and we'll do some more of these. We'll practice and practice and practice when you get to class on Monday. Or if you're watching it because you're somewhere else, I hope you got something out of it. Good luck. Bye.